Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk, and check it out as instructed by Chuck in the Chuck-A-Core. I believe MC950 has Chuck in his ELC even 90. You can see we are here on Himmels Prokhorovka-Dorf. He's running a CVS. He's got a Bounty optics and a Bounty low noise exhaust. He's running food, couple kits, and he has enough camo to sneak by any ninja. He has enough camo really to get within proxy range to a vast majority of the tanks on this particular board. The other ELC certainly has a possibility of seeing him a little bit further out, but we're going to take a look at how this goes down because he has a fantastic game. He sent me a note that says, loving the short tactics series, wishes I was doing them 2 years ago, and this was all inspired by Chuck, and I think my short tactics or quick tactics tip number 11 in there. The thing I love about this is it's somebody who's been watching and been a member of the channel and the community and is learning stuff, so that's perfect. That's exactly why I've been doing this the whole time. And he says this one looked easy, but I definitely would have died within the 4 to 5K spotting in the same game 6 months ago. So there you go, some incremental iterative improvements as you go through, and MC's gonna have a really nice game here with his ELC even 90. So let's check it out. Yes, it's another mega spotting game on Proc. Yes, Proc is probably one of the best possible maps for this, and yes, there is a certain situation which we will see where a tank like the ELC even 90 has a massive advantage. But go back to one of my earlier videos just a while ago, or more recent videos, where I had the medium with the CVS. Now you've got probably the best tier 8 light tank in terms of spotting and camo. The sneakiest one, I would say, in the entire game. It's just tiny, it can get in crazy places, its camo is amazing. We're going to come in here and see what we can see. Notice, I'm going to talk about some specific things as we go. Notice he's not really in the usual bush, right? The usual bush is one of these dudes up here. He's being a little bit cagey and sneaky by being a little bit further down. Yes, he loses a little line of sight down into the bowl over there, but he's also in a position that they won't be as prone to blind shoot it, which is nice. Also, for those of you who get in the situation that the purple team's on, realize that if the guy is sneaky and you've blind shot a couple times into the bushes up above, maybe he's down in one of these lower guys right here, right? You can even be sneakier from here with this tank and get into like this bush. The problem with that is you are a little closer, so if somebody came raging through here, i.e. they're even 90, all right, you can get spotted. So be careful with that, or you could even zip along this row of bushes here on the road and get much closer and really surprise the shit out of them. However, there's another ELC even 90, and he's probably going to be moving through those. The problem with getting super aggressive right now with ELC v ELC is you often get these mutual kill situations. So he's taken up a slightly aggressive but more survivable position depending on what the other ELC even 90 does. And we're already up to 1,652 because we've deleted a Borosk, and that is absolutely huge. That's a good tank. It's a pretty good spotting tank for a medium. Gets up in there, gets lit, and dies. Also saw the Scorpion. Scorpion took some hits as well. So we're, like I said, up to 1,652. So we're going to hang out here in this bush for a while. All right, let's talk another thing. I might even do a short tactics talk on this now that I think about it. Probably will, but we'll chuck it into this particular video. See all these guys? Why are they so close? They're on line with their scout. It's a horrible, horrible idea. The closest they should be is probably about where the tortoise is, maybe the Su-101, to give them a little bit of standoff here, because if the other ELC is able to get close, they might start getting lit. Plus, when we get lights over here and these morons start shooting, there can be guys up in this bush up here, okay? This bush up here, the ELC could actually be here without our hero seeing them. And then now these dudes are getting lit and shredded. And it's a common mistake, I'll get going here. It's a common mistake on this map for the people who are getting the spots to get super excited about the spots and get too damn close. You do need to have draw range, so let's just take a look at that real quick. Look how far the draw range is for our hero. And the JT is well inside that. and it's going to be well inside probably all these guys back to the Sioux 101. So, like I said, from Sioux 101 back is about where you would like to be right now. What you don't want to do is let this scout get way up there and you be way back and have things outside of draw distance. But if you just shift the circle from our hero back to, say, the TS5, you can tell that that distance is still going to keep that JT lit, okay? If you start to see things lit past that, then scooch up a little bit, but don't get so close. The JT just takes a hammering right there. And watch this. Just watch the kill list down here pretty quickly. Something very important is going to happen in this game. Very important. Got shots going in. Okay, look, somebody just took a blind shot into the bush. They know what's up. They know what's up. Look at that. T95 takes a shot at, but he eats a shot. Just watch the kill list. This is pretty funny. T95 is not into... Uh-oh. Did you see? The even 90. There he is, my friends. There's the other even 90. Who cares? Poor dude was moving through these bushes. There he is right there. That's where he got to. Right? And somebody took a shot and ended up hitting him with a blind shot. Was it a blind shot? Nope. It was actually a shot going at the T95 that happened to hit the even 90. Another reason why, and I've had this happen to me before, another reason why being in these bushes early is not a great idea. All the shots going back and forth, you can easily be hit by those. Okay? Well, I mean, now this is about as permissive an environment as you can. Look at that. They're not happy. They're just shooting into the bushes. Notice how, look at that. They're all going in that way. Now, I don't know. Was that an arty shot? There is no arty. Maybe is that hole there always? I don't know. I don't think it is. Somebody took a shot. Ooh, be careful with knocking stuff down. Be careful with knocking the stuff down. For my money here, MC, I would have faded much further backwards before I started coming in, but you got away with it right here. And now we're just going to come in. And from here, it's just the standard ELC even 90, sneaking up through the bushes, being careful to stay in the bushes as much as possible. I like this much of this. He's going to get into this one. He's kind of looking around. The T44 got beat up. Down he goes. We're at 5,346. Notice he went low right here. There's an opening. And there is a Cobra hanging out right here. If you go across the high area and the Cobra just happens to peek up and put a line of sight onto you from that top of his turret and you get lit, you're screwed. I like this little sneak down low, kind of sneak around this open spot and right back into the bush line. I would have not come outside of the bushes right there. That was a little bit exciting for me. But I just want people to notice that. Look at this. We've got him lit. And look how close we are. And we just drove across the open right there and we're right back into the bushes. But he didn't see us anyway, right? We've got so much camo. Now, techniques for moving forward with a scout in a bush line or something like this. Go slow. There's no reason to rage in. A common mistake I see is people doing mock snot. I'm scouting, I'm scouting. The problem is, even though you get the first light, because you're moving forward so fast, you can easily get lit pretty quickly. And if you go slowly and someone gets lit, you can stop. You can stop and say, all right, guys, deal with this dude. I see him. Look at this. We got this Cobra just sitting right there. We get some more spotting. We're up to 5,800. And the enemy team is just, they're screwed. I mean, they're in so much trouble right now. Let's just talk once again about these guys closing in too fast. Look at them. They've taken hits. They've been spotted. There's really no reason to be this close right now. So we've taken some damage off of the charioteer. All right, here's another mistake in here. Do not push dead things, man. Sometimes you do. I do it accidentally. I try not to. Sometimes you might need to move them out of the way, that kind of stuff. But I would absolutely avoid pushing dead tanks. The enemy team can see the markers, and if they're paying attention and see the marker move, that's SA that you don't need to give them. Is it the kiss of death? No, but it can be. Look at that. There goes the charioteer. Looks like he's trying to sneak around it. So that may have been more a situation of trying to push it out of the way so he doesn't get out into the open. Look at the poor T95. He's just eating shots. I mean, he knows exactly what's happening, more than likely. He's just going, well, the frickin' enemy. How many times have you been in that situation, guys? An ELC sneaking through these bushes or a bush somewhere. You don't have a hope in hell of spotting him. What you really need right now, let's talk about the counter to this right now. You know this is happening and you want to try to get something going on with your team. You need a medium to come up into this bowl and cruise along this edge and with a CVS or good spotting or just proxy this dude. Like, look at his circle. See how the circle comes out down here? pretty deep into this bowl. Somebody just has to cruise this edge to find the scout that's coming up. I've used this before. Just if this, of course, I think the cobra's been chased away. Yeah, so they've pretty much chased everyone away. But earlier, as this was going on, you troll along this edge here. Okay, troll along this edge, and you try to proxy light the stupid scout that's doing that to your team. It's often too little too late, but you might find the guy. I like this next move here. So let's just think about it. We've got a good advantage. Guys are taking hits here. We're sneaking up. Try not to knock down trees. Pretty standard there. The JT's lit. I mean, look at the CVS is just doing its work. JT's getting absolutely hammered. We're moving in here. Moving in here. T95 takes a hit. JT dies, and we're up to 8,172. We're in good shape. We're going to win this flank probably. The other flank's not doing as well, and the enemy team, while is not winning necessarily, but they're not losing as much as you might think with a guy that's got 8,172. So now is the time to press the accelerator and get some things going. I like what MC does right here because he's going to change from passive to a little more active right here. That dude is hiding behind all that stuff. There's no artillery. We really need to get rid of the T95. He's kind of anchoring the defense right here. He's just hunkering down, trying to survive. We got guys pushing in on him, and MC says, screw it, let's just get a little more active. I have an auto loader, nice and close in. I can do some great damage. Comes around here. I like this. We're also going to light up anybody who might still be back here. Hello, Mr. Scorpion. There's the T95. He zooms in, shoots that guy in the back armor. The Scorpion disintegrates, and we've completely collapsed this entire flank, minus now the Cobra. So MC comes in here. He doesn't bother with the reload. I would agree with that for the moment, especially if he thinks he's going to get in here and get a shot on the Cobra. I might have stayed in the bushes and looked for the shot on the guy, but it doesn't matter. He's trying to get away. We're going to shoot him. Okay. A little bit late. Char gets the kill. I would have hit C right there and started the reload and just used this push for the reloading time. Probably don't want to shoot on the move anyway. There we go. So we finally hit reload. As soon as I spotted him, I'd have carved away. I think you went in a little deeper than you wanted to, and you get spotted here. But look how long it takes. Wow, we got really close, didn't we? Really close. Another great example of the extreme camo on this little tank, and that cranks us up to 9,596. And now we're just looking for spotting on these dudes. Come up, look at that, boop. Just finds him. He's not spotted. Look how deep he is into the ring, into the spotting ring. Just doesn't get lit. It's an Udez. The Bat Chat and the Udez are probably don't have line of sight. They might be down in the pit. I think one of them has actually gone over the hill. We're going to find him cruising down on the north side of the hill in just a minute. Coming around, coming up, looking for some last spotting. There he goes. So the Bat Chat 25T's made a runner. There goes the Udez. I'm going to stop in the bush. We did get lit because we came up and over that hill without the bush between us and the tank right there. 1 hit point. That's a bummer. That could have been a second kill for us right there. Left the guy 1 hit point. And it is over, my friends. 10,454. Spotting. 848 damage. With a kill in the ELC even 90. I believe it's a second mark, I think. I've been doing a lot of replays today. You'll see the cards. I believe it's a second mark in a mastery. 1,600 XP, base XP, something like that. Really nicely done. So I'm glad that Chuck and some of my tactics have inspired you. I'm even more glad that you feel like you're a better player. That's huge. That's why we're doing this. Any other suggestions, techniques, things I missed, things in addition to, you guys, chuck them down in the comments for MC. Help us all learn right here. I featured a lot of games like this. I've done this a lot of times, but I think sometimes it's good to kind of refresh the memory and talk about some of the higher order stuff that we talked about on this video, because like MC said, you can 4 or 5 is pretty easy. 4,000 or 5,000 sometimes is pretty easy. It's getting those last ones. It's the advancement through. It's the cleanup. It's the good decision making in the mid to late game that turns this into a really good game. He created a huge advantage over on the west side. But by the time he cleaned it up, the team was not in super great shape. It was in good shape, but it wasn't a complete rompelstomp until he just collapsed the crap out of that entire flank, and then it was all cleanup time for the rest of them. So, even though he was tearing them up over there, and it was, not really in doubt on the west side. The rest of the game could have gone a different way because most of their power was over on the west. Good news is that his team held him off up there on the hill, and he was able to come back across and clean the rest of them up. All right, guys, that is all I've got for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sending in the replay, MC. We will see ya.